a rock, party like a rock star. Right here on Hold My Banner, Travis Thomas, your master of ceremonies. Here with the walking, talking, triple-double, Ante Campbell, producer extraordinaire. Hello, my friend. We meet again.
We do meet again, and we've had a lot of men's basketball over the weekend with the Olympics, a little bit of women's basketball as well, so I'm excited to talk about it, Travis.
I'm excited to talk about it, too, with you. I got to be honest, bro. The Jayson Tatum not playing against Serbia really gets my goat. You and I have to have this conversation.
Yeah.
I want to obviously talk about the game against Serbia, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to table the Tatum talk so I can talk with you because I'm going to be honest. I'm still upset about it, and I think I need you, Ante, because although you are the walking, talking triple-double, although you are a producer extraordinaire, you also are the voice of reason on this very program because you know I get fired up. So what I'm going to do, table the Tatum stuff, just talk to you all about the game. Ante will come back in, and then I'm going to really just lay down on the shrink couch here, Tay, and you help me talk through this Jayson Tatum nonsense. But let's start here. You know, I had a lot of concerns coming into that game against Serbia for Team USA. For one, I just knew. I lost sleep the night before, true story, because I just knew Nikola Jokic was going to put Joel Embiid in a blender for the whole game. Blend them up like a protein shake. Post moves, spin, get off me, finish at the rim, 3-point shots, whatever he wanted to do. And I was right. I was right. Jokic was fantastic. Joel Embiid continues to, how can I say this nicely, suck. What is wrong with Joel Embiid? And why does Steve Kerr insist on starting this guy? What are we doing, bruh? You know what I see? All these exhibition games and the Serbia games, same thing. It's like all these superstars, I mean, greatest players in the world, greatest players of all time, are waiting, dribbling the air out of the ball for Joel Embiid's slow arse to get down in the post so they can dump it to him. He dribbles a few times. Oh, the defense is pretty good. I'm kind of slow. This isn't the Sixers. This isn't working. Kick out, bruh. Or he'll turn around and shoot that little ugly-ass 15-footer for no reason, miss it, brick. What? Then he's running the slow floor. He's running the floor slow. It's just like, what are you doing? But Steve Kerr, the genius, right? He just sticks with Joel Embiid. The other thing that had me worried, to be honest with you, is not just Embiid. Anyone on this team, not named LeBron, not named Steph, including Steve Kerr, has just had these mental lapses. And what I can't figure out is that people are in awe, like watching LeBron and Steph. I don't know. During the exhibition games, you didn't even have Kevin Durant, so you can't say you're in awe watching him. But it just seems like everyone's out of sorts and no one's doing anything. So I had a lot of trepidation coming into that game against Serbia. And sure enough, once the game started, like clockwork, what happened? Serbia comes out, high energy. They're getting buckets. They're all hyped up. How about the full court press to start the game by them? That was genius. And Team USA trying to get it to Embiid. Low energy. Flat. Hell, we start this show with more energy than Team USA started against Serbia and a lot of these teams, even going back to the exhibition games. But thank God Kevin Durant was healthy. Finally. Oh my God. This dude comes off the bench and makes a statement. By halftime, Kevin Durant, 21 points, 8 of 8 from the floor, perfect, 5 of 5 from 3. Thank you, basketball gods, because now, finally, yes, we have the greatness in the king, LeBron James, the greatness in the chef, Steph Curry. Two guys have been bailing you out this whole time. And now you get Kevin Durant in there. I mean, is this not the greatest damn big three you've ever seen? Because no one else is doing anything. It's unbelievable. Now, granted, Kevin Durant's spark off the bench is exactly what you needed for Team USA to really get their legs under them, right? And do what they do. They did dominate defensively against Serbia outside of Jokic. They did a tremendous job defensively. Look, I saw Derek White with a big block at the end of that game. How about Drew Holiday? Sneaky good game, 15 points, and just playing excellent defense like he always does. But in the end, when the smoke clears, we all know it. You can only trust LeBron, Steph, Kevin Durant. That's why ultimately I will take Team USA. Although they're going to have my blood pressure high, although I'm going to be saying all kinds of cuss words in front of my kids watching these games. It happened against Serbia too. It is what it is. Don't even get me started on the South Sudan game. I'm still sleeping on the couch for that one. But in the end, you will count on the three GOATs to get the job done because you can't count on anyone else on this team, including Steve Kerr. He's not even playing Jayson Tatum. I mean, hey, Steve, did you know that Jayson Tatum's first team All-NBA? Did you know? Did you? Did you know he's a champion? Did you? I'm watching the game and I'm thinking, okay, I had heard about some illness or something with Team USA, and I think Anthony Davis was a little sick. I heard Joel Embiid was sick, so I was like, oh, please, maybe he won't start. Wrong. So I'm watching the game and I'm thinking, okay, maybe, Tatum's just feeling under the weather or something. And then after the game, it comes out, no, Steve Kerr's just like, oh, it's just our combinations. It's what we like to do. Oh, my God. I mean, you are the smartest Dumas I've ever seen in my life. Are you kidding? So you just decided because of combinations you're not going to play one of the best players in the league, idiot? It's just unbelievable. Thank you for letting me vent. I feel better. I will say this, though. We talk all the time about face of the league and all these young guys and Ant Edwards and all these young, talented players and who's going to take the torch and all that. Isn't it funny? We watch Team USA. It's still the old guard, isn't it? Old man Bron, old man KD, and increasingly older man Steph. They're carrying the way. They're carrying the torch. LeBron's case, quite literally. It's unbelievable. It's the only reason I think Team USA will win the gold. Because I'm telling you right now, if it's not for those three, I have so many doubts of all the players on this team. And it's not even the talent. Does Steve Kerr know the right combos? Does he know who to play when? Because from where I'm sitting, not no, but hell no, he doesn't. All right, let's talk more Tatum here. Let's bring him in. Let's bring Ante back. Thank you for letting me get that off my chest. I would tell you I feel better. But I want to stay here for a second with the Tatum stuff because I always lean on you for the real basketball nuts and bolts of why certain things are happening. And you have such a great eye. You've watched tape. You've played the game your whole life. I mean, can you make any sense at all when Steve Kerr says, well, it's the combos we want to play? And I understand Kevin Durant's back in the lineup, but why wouldn't you play Jayson Tatum at all? You were the one that told me Tyrese Halliburton wouldn't get much time once we got to the real deal. So I wasn't shocked to not see him play at all against Serbia. Yeah. But certainly, and you do have more depth, I guess, at that point guard position. But certainly, Tatum, I know Durant's back in the lineup, Ante, but who cares? I mean, what is with Kerr playing four guards and Joel Embiid? I don't understand it. And then you don't even play Tatum. What the hell's going on, Tay? Is there a basketball reason for this that makes sense to you?
I mean, the only basketball reason that I would look at that would make sense to me is the shooting, right? Because obviously we know Curry shot the ball well in that game against Serbia. KD shot lights out. Booker shot the balls extremely well. And Tatum, we know, has been struggling with his jump shot, even going into the showcase games that they had against all of those 5 countries that they face. He still struggled to shoot the ball. So that would be the only thing that I could sit up there and look at and point at and be like, hey, this is why he didn't play. But then conspiracy brain Ante comes in. And I start thinking, are Spo and Kerr trying to destruct the Celtics from within? Obviously, we know it's been a whole topic about Jaylen Brown not being on this team and not being selected. They obviously bring Derek White in. And then you have the opportunity to play Tatum, who, think about it this way, right? NBA voters had the opportunity to choose, MVP, obviously, first team All-NBA, right? When you go and look at first team All-NBA from this past season, you have a Canadian, a Serbian, a Slovenian, and a Greek.
Right.
And then there's one guy,
Tatum,
who is from America.
Captain America.
And it's Jayson Tatum. And you're telling me that one guy can't see minutes in an Olympic basketball game?
It's crazy.
It's kind of crazy to think about. So conspiracy brain going off here thinks maybe they're trying to destruct this team from the inside. But I think it's just adding ammo to the clip for the Celtics for next year.
Yeah. Look, I love a good conspiracy theory, as you know. I don't believe that's the case with Kerr and Spo and some mastermind thing. You know what I really think it is? I think Kerr, and I said this in the open, I just think Kerr thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, and sometimes those guys aren't as smart as they think. And honestly, even I'm looking at the box score right now. Let's take LeBron for example, who was just sensational. He came up just shy of a triple-double, 21 points, 8 boards, 9 assists, right? Stay with me. Jayson Tatum at his best, Ante, is a complete basketball player.
100%.
So even the notion that maybe Kerr's thinking of the shooting, bro, Jayson Tatum can literally do everything out there just like LeBron can. I'm not saying he's LeBron, but I'm saying he's a complete basketball player.
Right.
So playing him, you don't necessarily have to take a step back from the shooting aspect. You can play him and say, hey, I want you scoring in the interior, or I want you crashing boards, or I want you facilitating. He can do anything with a basketball. So it just drives me nuts that Steve Kerr's looking at this from, because you're probably right, not the conspiracy theory, from the basketball standpoint of like, oh, we might lose something with shooting. No, put the guy out there and have him show you all the gifts that he has. That's what drives me nuts. That's what a coach should do. But I think Kerr overthinks it, and he makes this stuff a Rubik's Cube when it's just basketball, bruh.
Yeah. Well, he's also a little bit of an analytic guy, right, as well. And when you look at the plus minus through the 6 games that USA's played throughout this summer, his plus minus is second to last, above the guy that we know probably shouldn't be wearing that USA jersey, number 11. Joel Embiid with a plus 9, and Tatum has a plus 14, and KD has a plus 20, and he just played his first game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think maybe that plays into it as well. I'm not vouching for it. I think it's stupid. I think you're right. I think 100% Tatum should be playing in these games and should have the opportunity to compete for his country, and has been doing this since a young age, winning games for Team USA. So it is kind of stupid to see that he's not getting the opportunity. But once again, it's hard. Because there are a lot of great guys on this team, and you tell me about the box score, and I'm kind of like pulling it up as we're talking as well. And you look at it, and like, what other player do you think should have really come out, that didn't play good minutes? Because I look at, really, besides Embiid played 11, right? And then you go after that, the guy who played the least is Derek White with 15 and a half minutes. And I was sitting there, which is funny from a basketball perspective. Like, obviously Kevin Durant did what he did, LeBron did what he did, Curry did what he did. There was a lot of great basketball being played out there.
Drew Holiday played a lot too.
And I came into the office today and I told George, I'm like, dude, it's so crazy how good at basketball Derek White is. And he scored 2 points, Travis.
Right. He played great defense, though. He had a big block at the end.
But he's just a great basketball player. So, like, when you look at that and you point to the other guys, like, I can't sit here and say, like, anybody played bad. You know what I mean? They all played really good basketball, which
Except
is why
Embiid.
Exactly. So, it is kind of tough to be like, hey, maybe he should have got in there when everyone else pretty much played, A+ basketball, So I can't be upset with the lineup because they got it done. But once again, Tatum does deserve an opportunity.
Yeah, I know. It just drives me nuts. And by the way, he never rocks the boat. He doesn't say the wrong things. And at the end of the game, he's celebrating with his teammates. Mm-hmm. But those cutaways, Ante, of Jayson Tatum, and a lot of this stuff has gone viral. It's like a meme now.
Yeah.
But the cutaways of Tatum sitting on the bench, he was ticked. And he should be. And by the way, what a stupid, humbling experience to have, right? Like, here you are on this team with the best players in the world, and you're one of them.
Yep.
And you literally are sitting on the bench passing out towels and Gatorade. Like, I mean, you got to be kidding me. I would be absolutely pissed off if I was Jayson Tatum too. And you know what? The right thing to do is to not go to the podium and say anything. And he's not, and he won't, and he shouldn't.
Yeah.
But those cutaways of him on the sideline looking ticked off, it equally ticked me off. And then Kerr, his smugness. I just can't stand. I cannot believe I've defended Steve Kerr for as long as I did. I told you this, Ante, on the last banner. All these Warrior fans over the years have been telling me Steve Kerr just watches a game. He doesn't really coach. Yep. He doesn't make adjustments. And I'm like, oh, you guys sound like spoiled brats because you win so much. And sure enough, like, the more I watch Team USA, the more upset I get at Steve bleeping Kerr. And it's just for him to sit there and say, well, it's not part of our combinations. And then he says this one really got me, where he goes, he's going to have his chance for his heroics. When? How? He can't get in the game. So how? How's he going to have his moments? He did not play particularly well in the exhibition games. I'll give you that.
Right.
But, like, is this punishment for that? Because I'm telling you, Tay, this is a mess right now. And by the way, I don't think let's address your conspiracy theory too before we move on. This is not gonna bleed over into the Celtics regular season. I told you that when the Jaylen Brown stuff with Team USA
I don't think so either.
And by the way, it's still happening. Did you see Jaylen Brown on Twitter going at Grant Hill after Grant Hill went on, what show was it? Was it Dan Patrick?
Yeah.
Saying like, oh, well, we didn't want anyone tweeting conspiracy theories, which is, who that's a shot at. It's a shot right at Jaylen Brown. So Jaylen Brown went back and said, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I do my research and blah, blah, blah. So this is still happening, Ante. So you have that saga. Now the Tatum stuff. I still don't believe this is going to, boil over into the regular season or matter by the time we get there. I
wouldn't say boil over. I think it's just ammo, right? Like I said again, because this team, I feel like they're really doing a bad job of making sure the Celtics aren't going to be focused. I feel like, Tatum was saying what they're going to say now and all of that.
Right.
And now, people are on the internet clowning him, saying that he's getting carried to another championship. That's what they're saying. You know what I mean? And I think that is just going to be a chip on his shoulder. He's going to come in focused. He didn't get MVP, finished 6th in MVP voting when he felt he should have been an MVP. People are clowning him on Twitter right now because he didn't get the opportunity to play. Jaylen Brown's mad because, Nike, USA Basketball, whatever, all of these things are going against him. Yep. And then we know that Drew and Derek White are going to play on any day that ends in Y. You know what I mean? They're going to play good basketball and play hard every single day. So it don't matter to them whether there's a chip or there's not on their shoulder. So, I just think this team is going to be prepared. It's going to flow over in that way, in a good way.
No doubt. All right, what else we got, man? I feel better. Thank you for being there for me in my time of need.
Yeah. Well, I just kind of wanted to ask you a little bit about, like, what are your other, we talked USA basketball, but there was a lot of other basketball games that were played over the weekend. Which kind of were your favorite moments from the weekend?
I didn't watch full games. Mm-hmm. I caught a lot of clips, a lot of highlights. I caught moments of other games. I'll tell you one, because I love violence. I really enjoyed SGA getting in the face of the player on Greece. I don't even know who it was. But I saw SGA call that guy a B and get in his face, ready to fight. And then I saw this big giant come out of nowhere and hit him with a little forearm shimmy, hit him with a little get out of here, you twerp.
Right.
One of these old schools right in the chest that I'm sure took all the wind. It probably sounded like this. You know, that took all the wind out of SGA.
Yeah.
And that was Giannis saying, no, you're the B. Get out of here. That was fantastic. I think who even won that game? I don't even know or care.
Yeah.
But just that was awesome. That jumped out to me. I love seeing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Canada definitely ended up winning that game.
They're good.
They are good. That was definitely a fun moment to watch. Lou Dort also stepped in, and he's like kind of an enforcer now in the league, and guys kind of dispersed once he showed up to the party. So that was dope to see. Obviously, like, one of my favorite moments is, like, you talked about Embiid and him versus Jokic.
Yeah.
Jokic, obviously, we're talking about USA, and I'll get to some of mine outside of the USA game. But, like, it was funny to me how Embiid was like, if I go 5 for 20, we're getting blown out, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, my God.
And then and Jokic literally torched USA.
Yeah,
he was the only team with a 0. His plus minus was a 0. But when he was out the game, which was like less than 10 minutes, they were a minus 26.
Wow.
So he was just obviously in control of the game, and I thought that was funny because Embiid was just going off about how his team needs him in Philadelphia.
Right.
And obviously Jokic showed him what a team needing him really means.
I love how the fans boo Embiid anytime he even breathes. That makes me so happy and brings me great joy.
Yeah, but I have two from two different games, actually. Right. And one is violent, just like yours. There was a little chirping going on between Spain and Australia. Garuba comes in and gives a little forearm shove, whatever.
I didn't see this.
Yeah, there was a little chopping back and forth, but I loved it from a leadership perspective because obviously people make fun of Delova because his jump shot looks kind of funky or whatever, but he came in, his team got in that little scrape, he grabbed all of his guys, huddled them up. Next play, they get a stop, steal, Josh Green throws it out to Patty Mills. Patty Mills knocks down a 3. It was the leadership that he was like, hey, we're not focused about them. Like, let's just focus on what we do best.
Yeah.
And that's why Australia got the win against Spain, because they were just locked in and had better leadership. Okay. The other one that I really loved, which was funny, and you're going to love this, France-Brazil. Oh. Obviously, Wemby was doing what he does.
Yeah, I saw highlights of him.
Yeah, he was torching dudes. But the moment that I wanted to highlight that I liked a lot is, I don't even know how to say this guy's name, so forgive me.
Butcher it.
On the Olympics website, they don't even have his name correct. It's the wrong name with the jersey number. So that's how you know. Nobody knows who this dude is, so forgive me, but Mozina Pereira. I think that's how I'm supposed to say it.
Sounds right to me.
Freaking jumped over Wemby's shoulder to steal a post touch pass.
Yeah,
wraps around, throws it to his teammate ahead of the fast break, steps out of bounds, gets back in bounds. His teammate throws him a lob.
No, he didn't.
And then he goes and dunks on Gobert. And then,
I did see that.
Yes, bro. And then he started getting stupid hype. He started shoving dudes on his team. Throwing up signs. I was like, whoa, we're at the Olympics. It was crazy.
I saw that.
But, man, that was great. Just like, I know that's a moment he's going to show his kids, like, still in the pass, going into Wemby, and then freaking dunking on Gobert. Oh, that was such a dope moment.
I got to tell you, man, if Gobert's not, 7'1" or whatever, however tall he is he not, like, he's making our coffee at Dunkies? Like, he just stinks. I cannot stand Rudy Gobert, as you know. So anytime he gets posterized or punked in any way is a good day in my book, my friend.
Facts.
All right, well, listen, I know we talked about all this international basketball with you, and you definitely talked me off the ledge with Jayson Tatum, but generally speaking, you get in here, you come off the bench like Kevin Durant. You're getting buckets. We're playing games that I'm terrible at. I know damn well you have a game somewhere in that back pocket that we're going to play. So what is it?
Yeah, so obviously we're going to do a draft, Travis. It's time for us to do another draft.
All right.
So we're going to create a team of all-time shooting guards. And I'm going to give you the first pick. We'll have a starting 5 and a bench player. So you're 1 through 5 and your bench player all have to be shooting guards. So I'm going to give you the first pick and be nice, Travis. Who you rolling with first? I already know.
Yeah, go ahead and put this down, please. Thank you very much.
At
shooting guard, for my shooting guard draft, I'll take Michael Jeffrey Jordan, please. Thank you. Game over. Thanks for playing. You lose.
No, I'm not going to lose because I'm going to take the imitation Michael Jordan, the guy who did a lot of stuff like him, and I always get to say his name, and I love it, because I'm an LA guy. But Kobe Bean Bryant, I will be taking him with the second pick. Thank you very much.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Now, I'm going to need a point guard who can score to run this team of shooting guards because clearly everyone's going to be trying to score. So I need someone who can bring the ball up just like a point, but also put the ball in the basket just like a 2, which is really what he played most of his career, even though he did play a lot of time at 1. Give me Allen Iverson, please, to run my point guard.
I'm mad at you for that one. Because I wanted that guy. But I got a guy who played a lot of point guard in his career as well, especially when he teamed up with LeBron in Miami. A guy who's going to do a lot of things that guards don't do, which will also help me out as well. He dimes. He plays defense, gets steals, blocks shots, rebounds. One of my favorite players all time. I got to take D Wade.
Oh, all right. I like that. All right, I got to start filling out the roster a little bit. My backcourt's good. I got AI. I got Michael Jordan. It's pretty damn good. Don't mess this up, Trav. I want a 3. I want someone that I can put at the 3. So I need height there, but I also feel like I need shooting. Because AI and Mike are gonna attack the rim and probably play that mid-range game more so than shooting threes. So I need someone to stretch. Let's go Reggie Miller. And I'll put him at my 3.
I like that pick from you. I really do. Reggie's a great pick.
There's other guys I could probably go, but just in the strategy of how you're making this a starting 5. I feel like Reggie at the 3 makes a lot of sense here.
So I'm thinking the same thing. It's a strategy game right here, right? And this guy is probably considered as like the 5th best shooting guard of all time, 5th, 6th, somewhere around there, right? A guy who is the 2nd leading rebounder for shooting guards all time. Obviously, Kobe at 1. This guy was 2. Your guy, Jordan, at 3. A guy who also, battled a lot with Jordan, whatever, in his career. I need Clyde Drexler.
Oh, that's
at
great
the 4.
pick. Holy shnikes.
Clyde the Glide.
Yeah, that's a good pick. All right, I got to go. Man, I got to put a body on him. So I need a
power forward in the center.
Yeah, center's going to be tough for me. But I think I have a Clyde the Glide enforcer. I have someone that's going to be a lot of trouble for your guy. Played above the rim. I'm a big fan of him. Strong as an ox.
Don't do me like this, Travis.
I don't feel like he's super tall necessarily, but he was explosive and he kind of played bigger than probably his height was. I'm going Vince Carter, and I'll just put him. I'll just say, hey, go stop Clyde from doing anything. Thanks.
Yeah, I knew you were going to go with Vince Carter. I'm looking up his height just to make sure.
I want to say he's 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, he's 6'6", which is great. Clyde's 6'7". So
but my guy's thicker, more explosive, more fast twitchy.
Yeah. All right, I'll take that. That's a good one. VC at the 4. I'm gonna take another great shooter because I need shooting. I got kind of guys that aren't really great shooters.
Okay.
I gotta go with the guy who led the NBA in shooting 3-pointers made for a very, very long time. Also a really great rebounder throughout his career. So I gotta put him at the 3. Ray Allen.
Yeah. Listen. I thought so. Remember when I took Reggie, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was between him and Ray Allen. Is where my brain was. You know why I didn't take Ray Allen?
Why?
I feel like he's soft.
Stop it.
And I know that's probably not fair, right?
That's not fair. And I got 3 other dudes that I know are built tough, so I'm not worried about that.
And by the way, I Ray Allen's probably not soft, but I'm thinking it's because I've been like indoctrinated by like KG and all the Celtics who hate him that I just feel like I just don't want him. Mm-hmm. But he's a great player. I tell you what, I'll keep it in the family for the shooting guard I want to play center because he is tall and he is just as athletic.
Don't do me like
go Cousins.
This. Don't do me like this.
I'm going Cousins here. Give me T-Mac to run center for me. So if you're keeping score at home, my team is going to beat Ante team's ass.
Heck no.
I have T-Mac at center, Vince Carter at the 4, Michael Jeffrey Jordan at shooting guard, AI at point guard, and Reggie Miller at the 3. I mean, do I even need a bench player? Does it even matter?
Is killer.
Does it matter?
Yes, it does. It does matter.
I don't know if it does.
That is killer. All right. Well, then I'm going to go get somebody that I know rebounds well. At least they did throughout their career.
Yeah.
This guy is kind of like a T-Mac clone a little bit. He does a lot of the same things on the perimeter, can dance with the ball. This dude is willing to defer to other guys and play off the ball really, really well.
All right.
So I got to go get Paul George at my center.
Good luck.
Nope. I need him. I need there's other great players. Trust me. I understand.
Bro.
And the guy that I'm going to take next is definitely going to be a great player, but Paul George is a good player and I need him for this team.
Bro, my team is going to annihilate your team.
MVP candidate Paul George, much better than freaking what T-Mac has ever given us. So I don't want to hear that.
My team's going to destroy yours.
All right, who you got coming off the bench?
All right, listen. I'm going to give you my options that I'm looking at. I'll be honest. I wrote them all down right here.
Okay.
Off my bench, I'm thinking Manu. I'm thinking Clay for shooting.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Joe Dumars for toughness. But there's just one name that I don't think I can pass over. And you know I love him. I'm a fan. He's him. And this beautiful graphic you've built that we're looking at, I just feel bad not taking this guy since he's staring me right in the face.
Uh-oh.
And when you look at my lineup, T-Mac, Vince Carter, I mean, he's half man, half amazing. He put his whole arm in the basket and told you it was over. Michael Jordan, AI, Reggie. I mean, this team is full of dogs. Mm-hmm. And if you got a team full of dogs jumping off the porch, you can't have a non-dog coming off the bench. You got to have a junkyard dog with rabies. Give me Anthony Edwards coming off my bench. Let's go, baby. This team's ridiculous. You don't stand a chance. It's over, and you know it.
You know what? You know what your team lacks? You know what I mean? Some of these guys you got defense. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a guy on my team who doesn't want to play defense, doesn't want to run through a wall, that plays both ends of the floor.
All right.
And I'm gonna go and get another guy that does a lot of those things as well. You know who I'm taking, Travis?
Who?
Mr. Conspiracy Theory, Cal, smart guy, Finals MVP.
I don't hate it.
Whatever you want to call him. Juice.
I don't hate it.
I need Jaylen Brown. Yeah. You were talking all that hot. Yeah. We're locking up everything. We're switching. You can't rock with us. Who is Allen Iverson guarding? Huh? Who is Reggie Miller guarding? Nobody. Give me Jaylen Brown, JB. Come on, man.
All right, let's run through these lineups again, and we'll have the people vote on this.
Go ahead.
My point guard, Allen Iverson. My shooting guard, Michael Jordan. Ever heard of him? My 3, Reggie Miller. My 4, half man, half amazing, Vince Carter. My 5, T-Mac. Coming off my bench, that young lion, Ant Edwards. Give me your lineup.
And I got D-Wade at the point. Shooting guard, Kobe Bean Bryant. Small forward, Ray Allen. Power forward, Clyde Drexler. Center, Paul George. 6'10". And then I got at the 6th man, Jaylen Brown, your finals MVP. So y'all better vote for my team. At least I got a Celtic on it. What does this guy have?
Touche. You got me on that one. Hey, you know what we have to do? We need to do like a women's team for this too. The same exercise here. Yeah. That would be dope. And for all the latest of what's going on in women's sports, check out the latest episode of Respect Her Game with Sophia. Tune in on Nesson's YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you follow us as well on all your social media accounts for all of our best content. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I love when you do the draft. So now I played all these games enough.
Yep.
Here's what I like in order.
Okay.
I mean, Wicked or Kick It will never not be number one, right?
Course.
Like, I mean, that's the GOAT. So Wicked or Kick It, I almost want to say the games I love other than Wicked or Kick It, because that's a number one seed unequivocally, right?
Yep.
2, I think I like these drafts more than the other games. So I would put the drafts at 2.
Okay.
Then I like what's it called? Stop Me Win or something.
Stop Me Win. Yep.
So is that what you call it?
Stop Me Win. Yep.
Yeah. So you'll pick a player and you'll name guys, and I'll have to say if I think they're better or not. And then dead last.
Winning 7.
Oh. Trying to guess a stupid silhouette that I never know. It's too much.
Yeah. That's it's tough for you. I understand it's a tough, but you've been doing great, dude. The last time I had George on here, bro, he took like 20 minutes to guess, and it was Carmelo. It was like a simple player. You know what I mean?
I'm better than I think is what you're telling me?
You're doing great. You're doing great. No shade, George. No shade. All right. I don't want no smoke.
What else is next, bro? What you got?
So next, I actually want to do some betting content because I know you're a betting man.
Yes!
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to do some betting content, and I just had to ask you, Travis, all right? NBA totals have finally gone up on FanDuel.
Yep.
And they have the Celtics at 58.5 games. So I wanted to know. Would you rather take if you had to bet, right? If you had to, would you rather bet the Celtics under 58.5 games or the Wizards over 21.5
games? Bro, you know damn well you almost got me cussing. You know my family watch this. I can't be cussing on air. I cuss enough at home. You know damn well I will never, ever, ever bet anything on the Wizards ever. I didn't give a damn what other team you said. You said Celtics, but I would rather bet the under on the Celtics, and I don't even believe that's going to happen. And I'd still rather bet it than bet anything positive on the Wizards. I mean, please.
Alex
Stop.
He doesn't make a difference.
Summer League? What did he do besides nothing?
What about Bub Carrington? He's actually good.
He's good. That's one guy.
Okay.
Kyle Kuzma? I mean, we just talked about him. He was wearing fishnets on Wicked or Kick It. I ain't betting nothing on the Wizards. Give me the Celtics, dog. Please.
Yeah, I'm probably with you. I think I would rather bet the under on the Celtics, but I think I would rather bet the under on the Celtics because I've talked to you about this before. I think the Celtics are going to be a little tired. Well, maybe not now, with Tatum sitting out. Maybe he's well rested, you know what I mean? Is. But obviously with them making a deep playoff run, which we've seen since, the years of 2020 and the bubble and everything like that, making the deep playoff run has kind of hindered those championship teams to be able to make a run in the following season. So I would say that I think that they're going to be a little tired, maybe not as focused at the beginning of the season, so they fall short. It'll be a sweat, like you always like to say. It'll be a sweat. Maybe they fall at 57, 56. Maybe they'll get the 1 seed in the East. But I would probably shoot the under on that one.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're right. You have the Team USA stuff. You have the championship hangover that every championship team deals with.
Right.
I could see it. Listen, here's the other thing too. Let's just be honest. I think the championship season, last season, they needed to be the number 1 seed in the East.
Yeah.
Because if you remember the season before that, they were pretty much, it felt like wire to wire, going to be the number 1 seed. And then at the end, they choked. The Bucks caught them. It just wasn't a great look. And ultimately, they did lose to the Heat. But, I think this season, in a repeat bid, if they're the 2 or the 3 seed, I'm not saying they're going to be. Yeah. I'm saying if they are, it's not the end of the world. They know how to get it done now. They've been there, done that. They have the T-shirt. I wouldn't panic necessarily if the Celtics end up being the 2 or 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. It wouldn't shock me at all. And I would still take them to repeat. So, yeah, but listen, bro, I will never bet anything on the Wizards, ever. I don't give a damn what it is. What else you got? Any more gamblings?
Yeah, I got another one. So, obviously, we got to talk about the other team that the Celtics faced off in the finals with the Mavericks. Would you rather take their under of 50.5 wins?
50.5.
Or
Ooh.
would you rather take the Nets over 19.5 wins?
So, you're picking these because they're bottom of the barrel, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
This is the worst one in the league.
So it's the best in the world. Okay, I got you.
One of the best. Obviously, the Mavericks aren't the best team in the West according to these numbers, but they played in the finals. So.
All right. Look, I think the Mavericks are going over that number, but there's just no way I'm taking the Nets for anything. Who do they even have?
Hey,
Ben Simmons?
Put some respect on Killian Hayes.
I will do no such thing. So they have Killian Hayes and Ben Simmons? That's like
Brick Bros. Yep. You got the Splash Bros and you got the Brick Bros.
They're still in Brooklyn, right? They didn't move back to Jersey, right?
Yeah.
They're
still in Brooklyn.
Oh my God. Who's going to those games? If you work for the Nets,
that's it.
Bro, if you work for the Nets, you're standing outside of Barclays. I would pay people to come into the game.
Yeah.
Honestly. You're not selling. There's no way they're selling tickets. Who's buying season tickets to the Nets season?
Jay-Z. That's it.
Why?
He's the only one.
Why? Chill at home with B, dog. Why would you waste your time? You got Beyonce at home. I know she ain't going to them damn games to watch no Ben Simmons or no damn Killian Hayes.
Yeah. Sabrina Ionescu will be there. That's about it.
That's because she has to be for work. It's just terrible.
And Stewie.
They are awful. I didn't think anyone would be worse than the Wizards. It's them.
So the Mavericks under is what you're telling me.
I don't want to bet that, but yes, I will not. I'm not. Add the Nets to the I will never Wizards list.
Yeah.
We're the Pistons. Hell, I'd rather bet they're over. The Nets and Wizards are in the no-fly zone for me, Jack. I'm just telling you.
Oh.
Here's a couple I like. I like the Rockets over 43.5 wins.
Okay.
I love what Ime's doing, man. I do. I think that team makes the postseason. Actually, just for shacks and giggles, I want to look up with the Pistons. Pistons 25.5. This is the most bet over win total according here to FanDuel.
Okay.
Would you bet over 25.5 wins for the Pistons? It's risky business. It's risky business.
I'm with you. No. No. Because am I going to bet on Cade staying healthy? That's what I'm betting on.
Well, right.
And he hasn't done that yet in his career. So I think he's kind of got that LaMelo Ball kind of, career right now where it's he's going to play 30 games and he's going to look fantastic. And then they're going to lose half of those. And then the rest of the season, they're just going to lose. So I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Some of these teams are so bad. You just can't get involved with it. Well, Tay, as always, man, I got to tell you, you just brought everything. You brought some brevity to the show. You calmed me down on the Jayson Tatum stuff. We had a great draft of shooting guards, which clearly my team was better than yours.
No,
then we even gambled here at the end of the program. I'll be honest, I think you messed around and got a triple-double in this show. Nice job, my friend.
I appreciate it.
There he is, Ante Campbell. I want to close it out with this. I'll just do it a little more calm and gentle than I did to begin the show. But Steve Kerr is a moron for not playing Jayson Tatum against Serbia. What are we doing, bro? Seriously, this guy is all NBA first team. You just heard Ante. Everyone on that damn first team all NBA isn't even American. They're international players. Not knocking it, but this is America, right? Jayson Tatum's literally Captain America. First team all NBA. Champion of the world. And Steve Kerr decides, you know what I'm going to do? Because I'm so smart, I'm not going to play him. What? Now, I know people talk about Tyrese Halliburton, call him every name in the book, everything except a child of God. I'm not one of them. I like him. And if you think about this, Halliburton, Tatum, both, where do we just see them together at last? Oh, yeah, I remember. The Eastern Conference Finals. Like, these guys matter. They're stars in the league. Not to Steve Kerr, he's not. Tyrese Halliburton, you'll never play. Jayson Tatum, sit this one out against Jokic, just the best player in the world. Yeah, real smart, Steve Kerr. Real genius level stuff from you. For all of our best content of the day, make sure you follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. For Travis Thomas and Ante Campbell, thanks for being a part of Hold My Banner. Till next time, when we hold it again. Peace!